right, welcome to today's Explainer. We're diving into something super fun today. We're taking an inside look at the absolute worldwide phenomenon that is BTS, but we're doing it through a very specific lens. We're going to explore exactly how these incredible artists balance the heavy, immense weight of global superstardom with moments of just pure, unscripted, and honestly totally chaotic fun. It's a really fascinating dynamic to unpack.
So it begs the question, what actually happens when the world's biggest group goes completely off script in Europe? You know, when the schedules loosen up a bit, the cameras aren't strictly rolling, and they're just allowed to be themselves. Well, as we're about to see, it involves a lot of uncontrollable laughter, some surprise football skills, and honestly, just a whole lot of authentic joy.
So, let's jump right into Section 1, Off-Duty Adventures, Global Superstars in the Wild. To really get a feel for this, we kind of need to map out their European footprint. It all kicked off with a long flight from Seoul straight to Madrid. From there, the guys found themselves enjoying some well-deserved sightseeing and downtime in Munich, Germany, right ahead of their ARIRANG World Tour stop. And then, the journey sweeps us all the way into Paris, just in time for Bastille Day. Tracing this path really helps us see how they transition from the pure exhaustion of travel right into relaxation mode.
Now, what's super interesting is how that journey actually began. A lucky fan on that flight from Seoul to Madrid happened to spot 5 of the members. According to this fan, while the others were seated separately, Jungkook and Taehyung were sitting right there together in the same row. And even totally off-duty, their presence was just undeniable. The observer noted that Jungkook projected this intense, incredibly strong celebrity aura, while Taehyung just possessed this absolutely unreal beauty. It's a great reminder that even when they're just sitting on a long-haul flight, that superstar quality, it never really turns off.
But once they touched down and made their way to Munich, that intense superstar aura melted right into some super relatable downtime. Fans were thrilled to see Jimin out and about, just looking incredibly happy strolling around the city. We also saw J-Hope and Taehyung truly living their best lives, enjoying the absolute simplest things, like just going for a swim together. I mean, people in Munich were incredibly lucky to just casually see Hoseok and Taehyung swimming right in front of them. And to make it a true Bangtan moment, Jungkook briefly stopped by, grabbed a camera to film his youngs having fun on the water for a quick second, and then headed out. Just a perfect, simple day.
Fast forward a bit on our timeline to Paris, where the guys safely arrived to massive excitement. Taehyung shared updates confirming his stay at the ultra-luxurious Le Bristol Paris. But the real highlight here was Bastille Day. Taehyung and J-Hope shared these incredible views watching the fireworks right by the Eiffel Tower. Now here's where the dynamic gets pretty funny. Fans quickly noticed that only Taehyung, J-Hope, and Jungkook posted anything from the Eiffel Tower that night. So naturally, the running joke became that Jungkook was probably the one standing behind the camera filming Taehyung and Hobie's stories for them.
Moving right along, let's get into Section 2, the TikTok chaos, behind-the-scenes giggles. So before the group left Munich, they decided to film a new TikTok dance challenge. But as with pretty much anything BTS does, it definitely didn't go flawlessly on the first take. Step 1, they get the camera all set up. Step 2, the choreography starts, but Hobie accidentally turns the completely wrong way, ending up literally face-to-face with Jungkook and Taehyung. Step 3, the exact second they realize what happened, all 3 of them, V, Hobie, and Jungkook, just absolutely burst into uncontrollable laughter. It's this brilliant comedic timing and this sweet little behind-the-scenes glimpse of them having so much fun together that truly makes their fans so happy.
And the charm certainly doesn't stop with the bloopers. When the final successful video was actually posted, it went up on Jungkook's official TikTok account. But of course, Taehyung and Hobie wanted to share it too, so they posted it to their Instagram stories, but with the absolute cutest little detail. They left Jungkook's TikTok watermark proudly displayed right on the video. It's a tiny thing for sure, but it perfectly highlights their brotherly dynamic.
And you know what? The behind-the-scenes chaos wasn't just limited to the members themselves. There's this hilarious moment where Jungkook was taking a photo. Suddenly, out of nowhere, he just jumps. Their manager completely panicked, probably worried he might get hurt or, cause a scene, only for Jungkook to casually come right back down and resume posing as if absolutely nothing had happened at all. Classic Jungkook. Just brilliant.
All right, let's see how this all builds into Section 3, Concert Antics and Chaos. The ARIRANG World Tour officially hits Munich.
The second day of the Munich concert was just an absolute climax of high-energy on-stage antics. Let's walk through this catalog of chaos, shall we? Taehyung went all out, bringing massive World Cup vibes by wearing a full FC Bayern Munich kit and even bringing a football on stage to show off some genuinely impressive footwork.
Then you have Jimin, who, surprisingly, flawlessly executed the iconic Erling Haaland meme walk. I mean, who had BTS knowing Haaland memes on their bingo card? Not me. And of course, you have Jin, who gets fully involved in a hilarious water splashing war with Taehyung.
But hey, let's focus on Taehyung's football moment for a second, because this wasn't just a fun stage outfit. The official FC Bayern Munich account actually went online and openly declared that V is their favorite BTS member, their bias. And to make the interaction even better, Taehyung himself casually went and commented on their Instagram reel. The global crossover here is just incredible.
Beyond those big viral moments, the Munich show was packed with these rapid-fire, chaotic micro-interactions. You had Taehyung teaching Jin how to say I love you in German, which very quickly devolved into them just flirting and giggling together. You had Taehyung making the absolute funniest face in reaction to Namjoon speaking German to the crowd. And you had Jungkook gently caressing Taehyung's back just to check out the details on his Bayern t-shirt before they pretended to play football together.
3. That is the magic number here. Because whenever these three specific playful puppies, Jin, Jungkook, and Taehyung, sit side by side during a concert, you know for a fact you are in for some classic Bangtan house chaos. For them, it's just another Tuesday.
Let's look at exactly how these three interact. First, we have the setup. Taehyung loses a quick game of rock, paper, scissors to Jin right on stage and is forced to be the one to go fetch the water, all while Jungkook is just sitting there laughing at him. But look at the aftermath. Taehyung doesn't let that slide. No way. He gets his revenge later during the idol parade. Jin innocently goes in for a hug, and Taehyung takes that exact opportunity to splash water right in his face.
And this brilliantly illustrates our next point, which is perfectly captured by this quote from our source material. Idols hate their job, but definitely not BTS. They're happiest on stage. You know, there's a persistent stereotype out there about the overworked idol who just resents the daily grind. But then you look at BTS. You see moments like Taehyung literally skipping across the stage out of pure joy, and J-Hope instantly copying him right behind. It shows us that their genuine authenticity and their love for what they do absolutely matters. They aren't just performing, they are literally having the time of their lives.
Which leads us perfectly into our final section. Section 4. The respectful ARMY connection, a unique bond. Because honestly, none of this off-script joy would even be possible without the ecosystem created by their fans, the ARMY. Remember that TikTok dance challenge in Munich? Well, lucky fans actually spotted them filming it in public. But instead of rushing them, screaming, or mobbing them, like you might expect, the fans were incredibly respectful. They gave the members their space and let them finish their shoot in complete peace without any disturbances.
So, the absolutely crucial point here is how the fans handled the content they did capture from a distance. Yes, fans recorded this rare behind-the-scenes footage, but the ARMY as a collective intentionally decided to wait. They completely held off on posting their personal videos to social media, waiting patiently until after BTS had officially uploaded the final TikTok to Jungkook's account. That level of respect and self-policing within a massive fandom, it's extraordinary, and it's exactly what allows BTS to feel comfortable enough to film in public and just be themselves.
As we wrap up this explainer, I really want to leave you with a final provocative thought. In an entertainment industry that is so meticulously built on maintaining strict perfection and heavily curated images, is BTS's greatest superpower actually their unfiltered joy? Think about it. From uncontrollable laughter over a misdance step, to splashing water on each other on stage, to just swimming on their days off, maybe it's this exact chaos and authenticity that truly makes them the biggest group in the world. Thank you so much for joining me to unpack this journey today, and I highly encourage you to keep looking for those real moments of unscripted joy in the media you consume. Catch you next time.